You did have a lot of help on the album as well. I will have to refer to the notes here.
Sure.
We had Ricky from Brian Jonestown Massacre, Leah and Peter from Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, Graham from Swerve Driver, Jules from the Dolly Rocker Movement, and more and more and more, and sorry for everyone else that I forgot. I mean, at what point did these guys come into the recording?
Well, Ricky, when we got back to Australia and we started writing and first recording, Ricky ended up staying with us around that time. So he was just there, and he's a guitarist with BJM, and so we just all naturally sat around and noodled around on guitars together, and he ended up putting a lot of layers of things on songs, and so yeah, he was really in it from the very beginning. And then Peter from Black Rebel, we'd sort of gotten very close to what we thought was going to be finishing the album, but because we just spent, I don't know, so long with it in our heads that we just started losing all perspective. So we really wanted an outside opinion and someone that we respected, and which we love Peter because they're one of our favourite bands and all that. So he actually listened to something when I was on video Skype with him, and then he was like, "Oh, send me the lyrics to this," and I woke up the next day and he'd sent through 3 vocal melody parts and 6 different guitar parts, and so it was really, really lovely that he did that in such a...
You didn't like get all that and go, hang on a minute, don't forget whose song this is.
No, but it was a moment where it already had about 38 tracks of guitars already, and I was like, oh god, how am I going to fit these in?
We got a bit excited with guitar tracks, but yeah, I mean, a lot of it was kind of very different textures to what we already had, so yeah, that was very nice. He also did harmonica on Sweet Comedown, which was, yeah. So
it's just a very natural kind of evolution for almost everyone that kind of contributed on the album, as we've never really gone, and I think Tim Powell's from the church played drums on one track, and I do recall I'd been doing some stuff with him, and I guess he felt like he owed me a favour or something. He said, oh, if you ever want the studio, come over and record. And I said, actually, the studio's okay, but I would like you to do some drums. So I did, we asked him to play drums on a track, but everything else just came really naturally. People were around and wanted to play or heard something and said, hey, if you ever wanted me to do something. It just naturally evolved over a long period of time. So.
And you mentioned Sweet Comedown before, which has that really cool video
you've
that
seen
goes
it?
with it as well.
Oh,
I have
goody.
seen it. Yeah, I've heard the album too.
Oh, good.
That seemed like a strange song to put a video to. I mean, it almost seemed like the song was backing up the video rather than the video backing up the song.
Interesting you
cool.
say that.
I like that.
We made a decision, I guess, very early on that we didn't want to do the traditional route of, okay, well, now I've got our album and we're going to choose some singles, I'm going to release singles, I'm going to make videos for those singles, and we just didn't want to have the pressure of, choosing one song and making that some kind of single release. So we had been, I guess, approached by this guy called Michael Spicchio very early on in the time of the album. He's a film director and wanted to be involved with us. Very early on, he said, love your music, and we said, well, that's great, but we got no money. So we thought that would be the last we heard from him, but we became really tight friends and talked about ideas for visuals for the album for probably like a good year and a half. And Sweet Comedown was one of his favourite tracks, and it's just one of the idea that came up for that was just something that we really loved. And we just really thought it would be a great visual element to the album. So, yeah.
We actually call Michael like the silent member of Black Rebel because
Of Black Ryder.
Oh yeah, shoot.
I don't know if
Wrong band.
I don't know if
Jeez,
he's
we were just talking about
he
them.
may be the silent member of Black Rebel.
Yeah, he might. He
might be
too.
very silent.
Yeah.
Black Ryder. Because he did the artwork as well, which we worked together very closely with the face and all that. So yeah, he's our little silent member, not Black Rebels.
Yeah, right. He's like the 9th or 10th member.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that, yeah.
Just start clocking them up.
I mean, having such a studio album now, how do you guys actually pull this off live?
Well, it just cost us $300 going through the airport with our extra pedals, but
it was one of those things. The first time we played live, we hadn't even finished the album and we didn't even have enough songs. I think when we'd been asked to play live by the Black Rebel guys, we didn't even have enough songs for a set. And we hadn't been thinking about a live band at all. It was just that opportunity that came up when they were touring Australia. They asked us to do it, and of course, you can't turn that opportunity down. And we quickly finished off some more songs and quickly assembled a band. It can sometimes be a little difficult when the album is so textured to try and work out how you're going to recreate that live. But I think this is our fourth or fifth kind of set of shows now, and this is the first time we've actually played as a 5-piece, I think. So we've just dropped. We used to have 3 guitars on stage. We've just come back to 2.
Oh no, we do have 3. Jules
that's
and
right,
Archie
yeah.
actually play.
That's right.
Which is great because our band's basically comprised of people who are our friends that we all get along with, which makes it more fun. But Archie, who plays bass, he's playing guitar in some songs, and Jules is on keys, she plays guitar, so it's good. Everyone can kind of mix it up a bit. And
Yeah.
I always do that symbol when I start talking about guitar, so I'm just going to keep my hands down.
At least you don't do it when you're talking about drums.
Yeah, I look a bit silly.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Thank
We should.
you
Hey, we were
very
going to
much.
mention the
Thank
band
you.
name, weren't we? The Black Ryder.
That's right, the Black Rebel.
Not Black Rebel.
Not
Right.
Black Rebel,
Yeah.
but we love those guys.
They're also good.
We do.
They are.
These guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.